Not really. I'm like freshly showered. Like I'm good. So, but I hope you guys are doing good. I have one prepaid read to do. It's for Nana, and we're gonna do a mini read for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna hop into some free reads and also some other paid reads. So it's just gonna be a little bit of a live. But I hope you guys are doing well. Feel free to let me know, Nana, if you're in the chat. Let me know. Saw my leggings. Sorry. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, Madison? What does A truly want from you? This is a love situation. Okay, so I'm gonna answer free reads until Nana gets on for her mini read, and then I'll hop right into that, and then I'll go back to some free reads. Okay, but let's get into Madison's question. What does A truly want from you? Everybody's like dealing with like an A. The ones that come towards me. So let's see. The Magician, Gemini. So this is interesting because whenever Gemini energy comes out, it's about manifesting things like in the moment, but it's also about alchemy and it's also about manipulation. Okay, especially within like the reversal, but it's coming up in the upright. So it's almost like he wants to manipulate the situation for like the greater good. Okay, when the magician energy comes up in the upright a little bit. And you're probably like, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean he wants to manipulate the situation for like the greater good? Like what do you mean? So, like, let's just say that you are resistant towards like going on a date or doing something like different. He might manipulate you in a way, like emotionally manipulate you, okay, to get what he wants out of the situation, but it'll also be in a betterment for like the entire situation, things that you were resistant towards. So let's just say you were like, no, I don't want to meet your family right now or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like let's just say the day that you end up coming over, his sister ends up being there, or like his mother ends up being there, or whatever. I don't know why this glare is up there, but it's there. It's bothering me. Anyway, but the next one that you're getting is the Knight of Swords in the upright position, which is interesting because when this Knight of Swords energy comes out, it's a lot of Gemini energy, honestly, is coming through with the Magician and the Knight of Swords. Okay, there's no way around that. Heavy on the Gemini, so there could be a really intense conversation that you end up having with this person to get more verbal reassurance on like where things are headed. But with the Knight of Swords energy and the Magician energy coming forth, sorry, I have all the cards like laid out right here, so I'm just like looking down and then also looking up. But with the Knight of Swords energy, this is very much heavy on the communication and quick action and giving you little to no choice in the matter at times, okay? With the Knight of Swords. But I do feel like this person does have more feelings for you than they let on. This person definitely is a complicated type of individual because it's almost like they kind of just do what they want in the relationship without even like really talking to you about it fully. And it may make you feel kind of like undermined at times, or what is the proper term, bulldozed, might make you feel like bulldozed majority of the time, to like where, let's just say if you have an idea in the relationship or the connection or something like that, it might just be passed over, blown over, because he thinks that his idea is like better, or like his idea will, it's just a little bit of arrogance there. But with the Magician energy and the Knight of Swords, this person definitely has like plans to take quick action, but also a lot about communication. Not much really on action, I would say. I'm going to take that back with the action part. I feel like it's more, well, a little bit on the action because the Knight of Swords is heavy on action. Hey, Jasmine, I'm sorry I'm late. Hey, what's up, Nana? No worries. I was just going into Madison's read. You have a complicated individual. I understand. But I also feel like this person, this is a weird ass fucking reading. Look at this. Magician energy, let me put it in where you guys can see it. Okay. Yeah, that's better. All right, so you have the Magician energy, the Knight of Swords, and the Death card in the reverse. So this person is refusing to change, okay, and doesn't want to change. They're also continuously being stuck in the same cycle. So even though this person thinks that if you guys do little things here or there, it's going to grow your relationship, but it keeps you guys kind of stuck in a certain cycle. I don't feel like it's permanent, but I just feel like this person just has to become aware of that eventually with the death card energy coming forth in the reversal. But to answer your question, you wanted to know, what does he truly want from you? I feel like he wants really strong communication from you, quick action, okay? And for you not to close out the cycle completely or for him to rush into change as well, okay? Is something that I'm picking up. But let's get into Nana's paid mini read. As I don't know if you guys know, but I recently just came up with like a mini read portion where it's like just a 5-minute solid like tarot read, and it's just for like $11.11, 11.11. So if you guys are interested in that, that is also available. I'm gonna be offering that as well. Thank you, very accurate. You're welcome, Madison. And you know, I can understand why you're a little bit confused about what this person wants from you, because they are confusing. Like, this person's energy is a bit confusing. It's also really assertive, but really like, I don't really want to change, but I do want to change, and I don't know, like that kind of energy. So it's a little bit complex, but I do feel like you guys are going to be able to like communicate better. But let's get into Nana's read, and then we'll get more into some free questions for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. For any newcomers, thank you. All right, let's get into it. Let me just pull up your question on my tablet really quick. All right, let's see here. Open up square. Sorry. It's so weird being on camera. I'm not used to it anymore. Sorry, it's loading. Just doing a little buzz thing. All right, let's see. Okay, so you guys all know that I'm interested in him. To be honest, he hasn't really been looking my ways for the past couple of weeks. This is due to the situation that's happening, that he doesn't know if he's going to get divorced or not divorced, or if he's going to go into separation or just maintain a straight line focus. He's also not sure what he can truly offer you because of the drama in his life as well. Immediately once I'm tapping in, I'm getting this energy. But let's get into your mini read and let's see. So, does the liaison know that you're interested in? Let's shuffle. I gotta put this down for a minute. Let's see. So does the liaison know that you're interested in him? He knows that you're interested in him, but it's almost like he thinks that you're being cautious because you don't want to be reckless and you don't want to like cause harm in the situation. Whenever the Knight of Wands comes up, Knight of Wands energy comes up, but in the reversal, I don't know why when I looked at the screen I couldn't read it. Anyway, probably because it's upside down and in reverse. Anyway, so with the Knight of Wands energy coming forth in the reversal, I do feel like this is almost like he feels like you feel this passionate chemistry and really instant kind of like spark and just like kind of ready to go, maybe do something a little bit reckless. And it's almost like he wants to, yeah, especially the Three of Pentacles energy in the reversal. He's waiting to get out of some kind of third-party situation, a long-term third-party situation. So this could be like, you know, him getting in that divorce, things like that. And he's trying to keep things friendly with you, but every little thing that he ends up finding out about you, he ends up becoming more and more intrigued by you with the Six of Pentacles energy coming forth. And it's not necessarily what he planned, especially with that Three of Pentacles energy being there. Let's get another card out. You have the Queen of Swords energy, but in the reversal. He feels like you haven't been like as verbal about your emotions, but it's because you're not trying to be like completely vulnerable and like look like it and get rejected and then have to go to work every day and be like, you know what I mean? Like that's a nightmare. But at the same time, I feel like you're doing it in kind of like passive aggressive but flirty ways with the Queen of Swords in the reversal. The Queen of Swords is also a divorced woman in the deck, okay? Doesn't have to be, but she's usually the divorced woman, the divorced queen of the deck, okay? Even though she does have a pair, she does have a Queen of Swords. You can Google it. It's like she's a divorced person, okay? So this could be some kind of spiteful reaction from his wife, who's about to be like his ex-wife, especially since you aren't necessarily an air sign. Now, the next one that you're getting is Temperance. He feels like you're taking your time and kind of like baiting him. And he's also waiting to get full balance and restoration into his life. I'm also seeing like sports jersey. I'm seeing kind of like a coach. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. I don't know why I got coach energy. I know he's not a coach, but I don't know why I'm getting coach energy. Okay. Interesting. Let's get into some clarification for the Knight of Wands and everything like that as well. So let's get that clarification for the Knight of Wands in reverse. So why is it coming up in the river? Okay. It's making me smile because it's almost like he has that could be his volatile energy, not knowing how to express it, waiting for some kind of like really strong indicator before he makes his move, with the Hangman energy coming up in the upright. Yeah, he gives that vibe off coach vibes. I don't know why I'm getting like coach. I don't know. I'm just getting like a coach thing. And it's interesting because I'm thinking of Coach Carter, but I don't think he's that hard. But for some reason, I'm getting Coach Carter. Anyway, the Hangman energy coming forth in the upright position underneath the Knight of Wands. I don't know, he might invite you to do something dealing with sports. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. With the Hangman coming forth in the upright, this is almost like him waiting for you to be like, okay, is she just being nice to me? Or is she like, did she touch my arm? Did she do this? And I feel like, honestly, you should wait until he does that. And I know you're probably like, no, but I want to go ahead and do that right now, and just try to, get his. But I feel like you're not like that. I feel like a part of you wants to do that, but then there's another part of you that's like, you know what, let me just wait it out and observe and just like keep thinking and have it live in my mind for a minute, until I get some kind of solidified response. And what I want you to think of is I want you to think of what you want that solidified response to be, okay, or that affirmation to be, because then you'll attract it to yourself and you'll see it. So a lot of the time, I'm not the only psychic who says this, like there's other psychics and things like that. Well, they will say, okay, you create a password for the universe. Okay, so like, let's just say you're like, you can say it out loud, but it's better. You'll trust yourself more if you say it on the internal. Okay, I've learned this. So, like, you'll trust yourself more. You could be like, you know what? I want, a sign of a blue butterfly. If he's like, try to make it kind of realistic. Okay, don't be like, I want to see a unicorn. But if you do say that, because unicorns don't exist in this realm, you'll see it in like a 2D kind of imprint. So you might see somebody with like, you might see a sticker that's like a unicorn, like on a certain area. And it's not just like, oh, I just saw a sticker on my little niece's book that was a unicorn. No, this is like you're in the moment, you're talking to them, you look over to the side, and there's a sticker that's a unicorn on the fucking locker. Okay? It's like that. And there's this other girl on YouTube. Her name's Nene. She's really cool. She's a psychic. I don't know if you guys. She's like she calls herself the best Southern psychic, or your favorite Southern psychic. She's super cool, and she's very psychic. And she what's it called? She talks about. She had made a post recently about how Neo in the Matrix, he gets told to follow the white rabbit. So he's thinking he's actually gonna see like a white rabbit. Like he's thinking he's gonna see a white rabbit and everything. No, it's a tattoo. It's a girl who has a tattoo of the white rabbit, right? So he ends up following that girl. Okay, so sometimes like the passwords that you create and things like that, if it's not in this realm, you are going to see it in a different format. Okay, so if you're like, I want to see an angel, I want to see a pig fly. I'll see pigs fly before that happen. All of a sudden, you turn on the TV and there's a commercial and it's like Red Bull gives you wings, but instead of a bull, it's like a pig. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. All right. So it's not necessarily like the literal sense. Sometimes it is. Sometimes. Where it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like that kind of energy. But the majority of the time, it's kind of like within another item. I don't know. And sometimes you have to pay attention to where you find that sign. So like, let's just say you find that unicorn like on the locker. Okay, well, what does the locker symbolize? Safe, like keepings, you know what I mean? Like things that are personal to you that you would have to have an access to get inside of, right? So like things like that could, be like a sign for him being closed off. But let's get into the Three of Pentacles. He finds you absolutely gorgeous, especially with this Queen of Cups energy coming forth. And he doesn't want to hyper-sexualize you, but at the same time, he finds himself doing it. And he also is trying to get out of some kind of toxic situation that he's dealing with at this time. Okay? Now, underneath the Six of Pentacles energy, you have the Hierophant in the reversal. Like I said, he's waiting on that divorce, and he wants to keep it kind of friendly. Like here or there, exchange information, but you'll know when he approaches you. And I feel like it might take a little bit of time, but it is going to happen. Now, underneath the Queen of Swords energy, you have the Page of Wands in the reversal. Now, he also sees that you're not wanting to take any immediate action. You're not wanting to he feels like you're not somebody who just wants to hook up. And you're probably like, well, I am kind of interested in that. But it's almost like he feels like you're not. He feels like you're not that person to like just hook up with. He feels like he would actually have to talk to you. Like he would actually have to build with you. He would actually have to like, put in that effort, like take you out on dates or even just like go on for walks at the park or like things like that or just go like stargazing or like whatever or cooking together or like little things like that. Like he sees you as somebody he would bond with, okay? Which means that he kind of respects you a little bit more than like a flussi is what we like to call it. Okay, I learned that sometimes I say certain catchphrases from Nacho Libre. It's a part of my personality. Hey, what's up, Kat? You're going to be right after Nana, okay? But underneath the Temperance card, you have the Four of Cups energy, okay, in the reversal. In time, he's going to eventually approach you, and you're going to have other things to... It's almost like your love life is going to be spiked. You're not going to wait around for him to make a move. Like, your love life is going to be elevated, okay? So that whenever he does approach you, now there could be a little bit of competition here with the Five of Wands. I'm not getting argumentative. There could be a little bit of competition, okay? Especially with that Three of Cups energy. It's almost like you have two other suitors, potentially three other suitors, okay? And whenever he approaches you, yeah, you're still going to have those, like, feelings, but it's almost like you're going to think, well, you had all this time. I don't know, I'm getting this energy. Like, we're going to be like, well, you had all this time, and now you're approaching me, and I kind of have all this other thing going on. I really like this dude. And, like, like, that kind of energy is what I'm picking up. And it could create a little bit of an internal conflict for you, but I do feel like eventually he's going to come back towards you. And I don't know why I'm getting late December to, I'm sorry, towards the end of December to the end of January energy, which would be more along the lines of Capricorn leading into Aquarian. But I'm getting that because I'm not getting February vibes. And you're probably like, damn, the end of the year. But for some reason, I'm getting like it's going to work out for you because there's other things. Like, even though you're wanting to manifest this, there's other things that you're wanting to manifest, like with other people, like with other... And like elevate the relationship or connection that if you were to get involved with this person at this time, it would create a lot of complications for you in the long run. Okay, so that is a sign of divine intervention, and it also is a sign of divine protection. Okay, but I do feel like this person has feelings towards you. I feel like they're trying to focus on like working their whatever situation that they've got going on out in relationships wise, but at the same time, this is a necessary space and delay for you to work out whatever other options that you're going to be receiving, because I feel like this person does match a couple of your qualities, but there's like more that you're asking for. And I do feel like you might not have a problem with like working with the person that you're in a relationship with, but I don't know why I feel like a part of you is like, I kind of wish I had that space a little bit. I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but it could be in that moment after the effect, like after that happens. But that's what I'm picking up for you, love. I hope that you enjoyed that mini read. Current feelings and action. And Kat, feel free to write your question whenever you're ready. And I'm going to answer just like a couple free questions, like just one or two card pulls, and that's it. And then we'll get right into your reading. All right, so Savannah, current feelings and next actions of your specific person towards you. So let's see. Current feelings and next actions. Person towards you. Guys, this is why I have the camera turned, because I do funky faces. Okay? Ten of Pentacles. What? You know what I mean? Anything about me? All right, perfect. I'll get into that in just a moment. I'm about to call you Carrie. Kat, thank you, girl. Right now, options are in a drought. Not for long. Wait till the end of Aries season. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, so hold on one moment. This is a very good card to receive, Savannah. So the current feelings and next actions towards this person, this pretty much sums it up with the Ten of Pentacles, okay? I was trying to hold it with my fingers, but it got stuck, so it was... Anyway, Ten of Pentacles, okay? Commitment, long-term foundation, building a family with you, wanting to introduce you to his family members, and it's step by step. The Ten of Pentacles is different than the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is feeling this emotional fulfillment, okay, where you really genuinely feel like you're in love with somebody. But if you want to amplify it up a notch, get to the Ten of Pentacles, because the Ten of Pentacles is having a practical plan. It's step by step in motion. Yeah, it's slow but surely because it's earth energy. But the thing about earth energy is, yeah, people don't want to talk shit like, oh, earth energy is so slow. It does, they don't. They're the ones with longevity. They're the ones with consistency. And when it comes in, it's consistent as fuck. The sword energy, we're in and out. We slice through that shit. We go on to the next thing. The Taurus energy or the Capricorn or Virgo energy is going to be relentless, okay? But I also feel like this could be a time frame for you as well, okay? And I don't know why I'm getting October energy in particular. It should be September. But for some reason, I'm getting October, which is not an earth sign season, okay? October is very much a water and air, okay? So very emotional communication is like really fucking vivid in October, usually. All right. Anyway, 2 of Cups energy coming forth. People who like are born in October, they usually like, think about it, water and air. Right. So like, what is that going to encompass? All right. Like emotions, right? But also sensitivity, but it's also like really strong energy because you think of a tidal wave, right? And then Scorpio's like a lot more intense in October, so it'll be kind of like drowning in the ocean and then all of a sudden fighting Atlantis. That's what Scorpio kind of feels like sometimes. Okay. And then you got Pisces, they're like the mermen and like the fucking mermaids of the sea. Okay. And then we got Cancerian, who's like, I don't want to say Ursula, but like kind of, but not really. Like if Ursula was good, you know what I mean, and like like a fairy godmother, but underneath the water. It's hard. You could say crab, but I don't feel like that gives them justice because there's so much more than that. I feel like, anyway. So with the 2 of Cups energy coming forth, all right. What would be a Cancer? Aquaman. Some people think that he's a Scorpio. I think that nigga a Cancer. Okay. But anyway, back into it. This person loves you, wants to, literally feels like you are their soulmate. Okay. They feel the same deep connection that you feel towards them as well. And they see you as somebody that they want to build a practical future with. This is a beautiful mini read to receive, just like the 2 card spread there. But I hope that you enjoyed that, Savannah. Pretty girl 999. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good, love. I don't have options, girl. It's gonna come. I'm telling you. You gonna have some options. Nah. Love the reading. Good. All right, sorry. I get giddy, guys. I'm a giddy person. All right, so Kat said anything about me and Carrie. All right, so let's get into Kat's read. Let's see. He doesn't want to be a secret at all. He doesn't want to be hidden. He wants to be out in the open. He's also extraordinarily determined, okay, for your attention with the King of Wands energy. He's also very hormonal towards you. He's also feeling like the both of you guys were destined to meet again with the Lover's card energy. He feels like there's something that you guys are meant to do, whether it's like have kids or build a life, or there's something that you guys are meant to do. He is kind of spiritual, but it's very like logical. It's almost like a scientist. It's very, very interesting. So the next one that you're getting is the 4 of Swords energy. My dude's kind of like that. With the 4 of Swords energy in the upright position, this is very much relaxed energy and feeling at peace, but also thinking about you a lot more than usual, especially in moments of peace. So this could be like laying down or like, I feel like it's more of laying down. I really do. It doesn't have to be, but it could just be him just doing something mindless, or just when he's by himself, or when he has that moment of clarity and he really deeply thinks about you. And he's also thought about you for a while. I'm getting heat waves by glass animals. The next one that you're getting is the Queen of Pentacles energy coming forth. Sorry, I'm looking down at the cards. That's what I'm doing, and it's on this side down. So, because I have all my other cards laid out on this side, and they're like my main cards, stuff like that's what's going on right now. But anyway, with the Queen of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright position, this is also about him actually seeing you as somebody nurturing, kind, caring, could potentially be a mother figure. And for some reason, I'm not seeing that as a pentacle. I'm seeing that as an actual child. Okay, like a baby. So it's almost like he feels like you guys are meant to kind of like maybe even have a child together. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe very strongly. We're going to get another card out for you. You have the Queen of Swords energy coming up in the upright position. It's almost like he's been waiting. And remember, I talked about the Queen of Swords being the divorce from the deck, okay? All right, with the Queen of Swords energy. I talked about that briefly. And you know how that relates into this. But with the Queen of Swords energy coming forth, I also am getting a dual meaning of how, I don't know why I keep getting, it's almost like somebody that he was previously involved with, the person he was in separation with, is going to try to intervene in this connection. Okay. This person does not want to be this person's peace. All right. As I say that, the Hierophant energy is in the reversal. He is very much in break up fucking mode. Cat. Like, I'm not even kidding. And the next one that you're getting is the Ten of Swords energy, but it's in the reversal. Now, the Ten of Swords is coming up in the reversal underneath the Lover's card, which makes me feel like this Ten of Swords is like, he feels like you guys have been put through the ringer a little bit, like emotionally. You guys have had your back and forth, and he feels like you guys are worth trying for, like fighting for. Now, underneath the Four of Swords, and he's thought about you for quite some time, and he's gotten these spiritual nudges. If you notice, in both ends, they have somebody else trying to nudge him, trying to give him an intuitive thought, but him being resistant towards it as well. I just keep hearing sometimes, all I think about is you, late nights in the middle of June. Judgment card energy coming forth in the upright underneath. Yeah, I'm hearing that really loudly in my mind. Heat waves. Judgment card energy in the upright position. Okay. This makes me smile because it makes me feel like he feels a lot more solidified in the connection. He feels like it's already been determined that you're meant to be in his life in some kind of way. And he also feels like by you guys reconnecting, it did some kind of like turn of fate here. Especially with the Judgment coming up right underneath. Hey, what's up, Sigma? Underneath the Queen of Pentacles. Now, one more. Underneath the Queen of Swords, you're getting another air sign element, which is a star card. It looks like you commanded something from the universe and you're about to receive it, whether you spoke it out loud with really strong determination. You know, for my magicians out there, you know that, or alchemists out there, you know it's not going to come towards you unless you say it with affirmation. So, like, let's just say, for instance, there was one time I had gotten into an argument with not a significant other, but with a family member of mine. And I was in the car with them or whatever, and I was just like, look, I'm going to find somebody who literally loves me like twice as much as you do. Like, treats me better, gonna be better, like everything is just gonna be better. And I said it out loud for the first time. For majority of, and it was living in my head for years and years and years and years and years of suppressed energy, and I just kind of like released it onto the open like the Queen of Swords would do. Okay. And it came towards me within 2 weeks. And I rejected certain things, but then I also accepted certain things. But it came towards me. And sometimes it has to come from a place, like the one thing whenever like my guides are like fed up with like a situation that I'm in, or like knowing that I could be pushing myself further or more, or what, like I'm holding myself back, I'll get aggravated. That's when my manifestation abilities become very strong, is when I'm upset. So like, you know, like when I'm very mad or stuff like that. So that's why I have to be very careful with like what I speak upon to people. Okay. I like, you know, just like everybody does, but I have to be very careful because I'm not trying to wish somebody ill, because I will receive that karma. You know what I mean? I understand that. But for some reason, I feel like you have this gift where you are able to speak about and bring about in a very deep way, and it's about to come towards you full circle. And it might not come towards you immediately. For some reason, I'm getting very strong Aquarian energy. Let me see where when the Aquarius new moon or full moon is coming up. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm looking it up. Aquarius new moon. That wasn't the way that I should have said that. My autocorrect said that. Hold on, it was like, that's not the way I should have said that. I picked up on it. Damn. The next Aquarius moon. Okay, the next Aquarius new moon is January 29th, 2025. But let's see the next Aquarius full moon. When's the next Aquarius full moon? We're in 2025, right? Yeah, we're in 2025. August 9th, 2025 at 12:55 a.m. is the next full moon in Aquarius, which is interesting because it falls in Leo's. That's really interesting because it's a polar opposite. But anyway, so August could be significant for you, okay? Which is a little more like quicker than like anticipated, but not really because it's almost like you've been waiting a bit. And how many months is August away from us? Is it 4 months away? Month are we in? April? No, we're in No, we're in April. Fuck me. Oh my gosh. We're in April, and 4 months away would be August. Okay, so that could be significant for you. But that's what I'm getting for you, love. I hope that you enjoyed that mini read. And I will be getting your 30-minute read delivered to you by 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern tomorrow with the 2 full channel messages as well. So I'll get that over to you. Will the Virgo choose to pursue a serious romantic relationship with you over the third party? You have thought about this very intensely and analytical. I can see why you attracted a Virgo. Okay, this Virgo has an obsession with perfectionism in relationships and their partner as well. I'm not saying every Virgo is like that, but for some reason, the minute that I'm tapping into this person's energy, it's almost like this person has this really intense way of wanting to kind of like, and if this, they'll end up giving up on their person if they don't match their image or if they don't match their like, whatever, very Virgo. Okay. Anyway, let's get into what he's going to do. Full moons are usually the opposite sign of where the sun is. So if, let's say, where the Taurus season, the full moon will be in the Scorpio. Yeah. That's cool. Thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, so let's get into Lalisa. I don't really dig in too much to astrology, guys. So I'm like, oh, cool. I mostly know just the zodiac sign placements and like how they interact with one another. Some fluidity with the natal chart. Mainly, my expertise is channeling. Okay, it really is. It really is. Not even fucking kidding. But let's get into see if he's gonna drop the third party. Sorry. It looks like he's gonna break up with you, and he's also gonna break up with this other girl. Okay, and I'm gonna get one more card out. Oh God, here we go. Fucking Virgo. Listen, that birthright stuff is super interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, even though this is Aries, technically, and it could be, sometimes it's displayed as like, some people say Capricorn, some people say Tauran. I understand completely how this could come out as a Virgo. Okay? Virgos really feel empowered, and they also feel very direct. They're very powerful leaders. They are also really strategic, okay, and they are highly analytical. All right, I'm not dogging on them. I have a Virgo North node, all right, but at the same time, they're not going to take any shit, and sometimes they go on a power trip. And a lot of the times, Virgos that I meet or interact with, they tend to have some kind of like Leo rising, or some of them have like Leo rising, or like some kind of fire element. And he could have an Aries, especially if he's like linky and tall, he could have Aries rising, okay? And that could affect some things, especially with the way that he talks and interacts in relationships with Virgo and Aries energy. It's really intense. It's a very intense energy that's like kind of, I wouldn't say overpowering, but it's almost domineering and controlling to a point where you feel really suffocated in the relationship, where you don't know if you should go left or right or straight or back, and you're just kind of like waiting for like, okay, yes sir, you know what I mean, kind of energy with the Emperor, to where it creates this immense disconnect of sensitivity or connection in the relationship. I do feel like this person's going to break up with you and this other person, but I also feel like they want to feel completely in control. So they want to be able to, like, you know, gravitate towards you, and they also want to gravitate towards this other person, okay? But that's what I'm getting into. But I do feel like, yeah, he's going to do it in his own timing and whenever he wants to do it. That's basically what the Emperor is saying. He's not going to take, the Emperor doesn't have to answer to anybody, okay? Maybe his counsel, but not really. Okay, like the Emperor doesn't have to answer anybody. The King of Wands does. He has to, like the King of Pentacles does. The King of Cups does. The King of fucking Swords does. Okay, unless they encompass all of those frequencies, then they automatically show up as the Emperor. You know what I mean? Anyway, is AK going to get, hold on, Charlotte. Is AK going to get into a committed relationship with you? Let's see. Is AK going to get into a committed relationship with you? Charlotte. I've always liked that name. Three of Wands in reversal. Okay, so it's not going to be what you expect it to be. Okay, like this person is going to pursue you in the future. Okay, but it's not what you're expecting. Whenever this comes in the upright, you're expecting something to come in. You know your shipment's going to come in at that time. You're looking at everything come in. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be happening. And even in the reversal, it's still going to be happening, but it's almost like there could be some delays. There could be some like fogginess. There could also be like this kind of like not expecting kind of energy. Let me pull up one more for you. Yeah. And I do feel like it's probably due to just some kind of like miscommunication. So it's almost like the both of you guys have different visions of what you want your relationship to be like, and you're not going to discover that until you're actually in the relationship as well, is what I'm getting. So to answer your question, sure. Future of my connection with Vineeth. Will he get divorced from current marriage and come to me, and will we get married? Okay, so let's get into it and let's see. I don't think he's going to want to get married right away. He's going to want to wait out for some time. He's going to try to like calm you down, like with your, like you're going to have really strong anxious energy. Yeah, he's going to get divorced. But I feel like you're going to have really like strong anxious energy to try to make it work or try to get him to like marry you or something like that. And for some reason I feel like really stressed out. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. I just automatically just got really stressed out by that thought. But let's get into see if that's what he's gonna do, okay? Okay. Page of Wands energy. So he's gonna leave this person. But I do, and this could be, you know, you're probably really pressing him to do it during Aries season or some kind of fire sign season, Aries, Leo, or Sag with the Page of Wands. And for some reason, I feel like it's going to be fleeting. So he may end up leaving her and then going back whenever you guys have really intense arguments as well. And I know you're probably like, that's the last thing you want to hear, but you're probably like, oh, well, if they're getting divorced and they're like officially over. I mean, it's lovely to think that, you know what I mean? We want to think that, but no. Okay. The next one that you're getting is the Two of Cups energy. And the Two of Cups energy is coming up in the reversal, which is interesting. So that means that, yeah, he's going to be breaking up with this person probably fast. All right, but he's going to be very, like, impulsive, jumping in and out, like, not really knowing how secure he feels with you. Whenever you guys get into arguments or spiffs and stuff like that, he's going to end up, like, you know, traveling back to her, visiting her, seeing her, things of that nature, because that has been known to be, like, his comfort spot there. Even here, you see him, like, leaving the woman there. And she's like, what? You know what I mean? But that's what's happening. What is the future of my connection with Adita? He's a love interest. Sharia. Let's see. The future of you and this person, it's not negative, but I feel like this person's pretty stagnant and likes the way that things are and doesn't necessarily want things to change, okay? But it's going to get you very much in your head because intuitively you're going to be feeling that this person wants to do different things or wants to push further for different things, and they do, but not at the time frame that you're feeling it, okay? Which is the complication that most psychics and people who are empathic feel, okay? Because they'll feel things. Sometimes they'll feel like an immediate connection, like when they first meet their person, and then their person doesn't come to terms with that until like maybe 6 years later or like 7 years later. And they're like, whoa, like if I would have just believed this person in the beginning, maybe things would have been different. Or like maybe if I would have just given this person a chance. But at the same time, I feel like this is like a necessary kind of learning curve in the relationship. You know what I mean? Sometimes being psychic or being an empath is kind of like a little bit of a You know, like when you can go through a maze, but you're in. Okay, so being psychic is kind of like being able to see the maze from the outline on top. Okay? You still can't change the maze around, but you can see where you are in that maze and navigate differently. Doesn't mean you don't make mistakes or forget your placement or be fucking human, okay? It just means you have like this kind of like navigation system inside of you. Like you'll know which job to apply to and what to say during the interview. You'll know what, like little things like that, okay? And just because people don't practice divination or things like that doesn't mean that they don't naturally have that within inside of them, okay? And it's very much a gift that everybody has. It's just different for everybody. It's just, you know, demonstrated differently. You know, some people, they have to communicate with the person. Like, they have to, like, talk, okay? And other people, they'll feel it. Or other people, they'll hear it. Like, that kind of energy. But for some reason, I'm getting, like, yeah. This person's very in and out kind of energy, too. With the Page of Wands, it's really inconsistent. It's kind of like a fuckboy type of energy, okay? With the Page of Wands. Somebody not really taking it too serious. Somebody's kind of, like, jumping in and out. Being very quick on their feet to leave a situation, but not saying that it's not gonna be great. Just at this current time, it's like this blockage, and I feel like it's just really him wanting to do different things, wanting to express himself, wanting to exert his energy and not be locked down to like one thing in particular, but to still always gravitate back towards you. That's what I'm getting. And that was for Charlotte. Where'd you go? I'm scrolling up, sorry, to see if you said anything, so I can respond back to you. Give me a second. All right. No, I didn't see anything. All right. Liked one. May I ask if G will contact you in the next 7 days? You're welcome. Oh, that wasn't for Charlotte. That was for Shreya. Sorry. I keep getting mixed up with names, but it's okay. I'm concentrating on your energy. I really am. Just like, I'm not good with names. All right. So is G gonna contact you in the next 7 days? G. Yes, he is, especially if you've gone through like some kind of period of separation as well. Oh shit. Well, that was me. That was me. Give me a second. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, 10 of Pentacles energy. You got a couple of them that just flew the fuck out, so my guides must like you. So with the Empress card coming forth, okay, in the reversal as well, there could have been some kind of separation, some kind of fucking where you guys are not talking. But I do feel like you guys are going to be able to talk again. I do feel like you are potentially this person's like future spouse. You guys may not know that yet, but with the Empress card and the 10 of Pentacles, it does scream future spouse energy, just a little bit. Yeah. All right. So how will A react if you move on and get romantically involved with another guy? Cassie. Everybody's dating an A. Like, what the fuck? How will A react if you move on and get romantically involved with another guy? Casey. Sorry, I said Cassie. Casey. Is it Casey or Cassie? Just type 2 if it's Cassie. But it could be Casey. Anyway. Let's see. How will A react? How will A react? He's not going to be necessarily happy for you. He's going to feel like you kind of went your own way and was selfish, but it wasn't. It was just, you were just thinking of yourself, which could be perceived selfish, or you're just not wanting to kind of deal with catering to him and all this shit without him like compromising, or without him wanting to give you true commitment, or wanting, for him wanting to even like live with you or things like that. Like, you are actually setting a foot down and you're becoming your own kind of generator of happiness a little bit. Okay. And I do feel like you're not going to get kind words from him. Okay. With the Knight of Cups energy. So he's going to be a little bit pissy about that, Cassie or Casey. I have a feeling it's Cassie, but just let me know if your name is Cassie or Casey. If it's Cassie, just type 2. If it's Casey, just type 1. I want to know, though. You keep writing your name, and I'm asking you to write 1 or 2. Is it Cassie or Casey? So Cassie is 1. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Sorry. Your energy's cool. All right, so Meredith, with what intentions does the Libra... Ooh, Meredith. With what intentions does the Libra want to come back? Let's see. Libra, those are hard. Okay, so let's see. All right, and before people are like, "Oh no, Libras are easy," have you watched Kim Kardashian? How many people has she been with? How many people has she divorced? And then how many people have broken up with her? You know what I mean? Like really. Okay? So Libras are interesting. They're not gonna do anything they don't want to do. Okay? Like really, they really aren't. Alright. So with what intentions does a Libra want to come back? Unless it's gonna do something that's gonna benefit them in the long run per se. But anyway, let's see here. Alright, I've been through this stage before with Libra. With the King of Cups energy coming forth in the reversal energy, this Libra could have some form of, like, is this an October Libra? This person could have a little bit of, like, Scorpio in their chart. All right, but they are not in balance. So they're going to be a bit, so what that means is that they're not going to be as expressive towards their emotions. They're going to be really domineering, kind of relentless, a little bit jealous, but at the same time not giving in. Fuckboy energy. Okay, all the way. Fuck man energy, essentially. King of Cups in the reversal is, I don't give a fuck about how you feel, but I need to satisfy this void that I got going on right now, and I kind of just have to deal with this. This is in the reversal. Every single sign has a reversal. Every single, like, energy has a shadow element, okay? So it's not me pinpointing. It's just, this is the way it's demonstrated. It'll get very, like, spiteful and very harsh, okay? It's kind of like drowning in the ocean. All right, with your own emotions, kind of like the Five of Cups energy. And I also feel like this person's not wanting to come back towards you to really truly build towards something with the Seven of Pentacles energy in the reversal. They still want to keep this relationship a secret as well. But I do feel like in the future, you guys could end up becoming in balance. Now, this is a Libra Scorpio cusp card. So like I was saying, this person could have like a Libra Scorpio cusp energy or something like that. Okay. But I do feel like this person doesn't have positive intentions. I feel like this person's very shallow. I also feel like this person only really thinks about their own gratification. Doesn't really think like, oh, did you, like, what's going on with you? Like, you know, stuff like that. Okay. But that's in their reversal element. All right. Which is, it looks like is what he's in right now towards you, of his intentions towards you. So it's not romantic. It's not authentic. It's very like self-satisfying. Yes, he is an October Libra BTW. Okay, yeah, I was figuring. Yeah, with the Libra, with the Justice card coming in and the King of Cups, him being displayed as that, I'm like, yeah, he could have some Scorpio in there. And then I saw AB. What Sean is thinking / feeling about you? All right, so let's get into it. So, what is Sean thinking or feeling about you? Let's see. What is Sean thinking or feeling about you? Hey, B. The Star card, my love. Yes. With the Star card energy coming forth, this is what you want to be viewed as. Somebody who is giving, caring, charismatic, hopeful, inspirational, motivational, and also somebody who has the ability to kind of like bring to light certain things, okay, within their own reality, within their own world. This is also somebody who thinks that you are kind of like a wish come true with the Star card energy coming forth. That's literally what the Star card means. Okay, wish fulfillment, hope, inspiration, like literally the Star card is that. Okay. Now the next one you're getting is the Four of Swords energy in the upright. So I'm serious when I say this. And this is also somebody who deeply thinks about you. Maybe even stares at your picture a lot. Okay. Sorry, I got a little bit of a dirty thought. With the Four of Swords, this person could be doing that. Okay. Yeah, this person has a little bit of obsessive tendencies, but they're trying to get out of that and trying to be in like a healthy relationship. This person could have a little bit of a toxic trait as well. All right, but they feel like you're a little bit of a breath of fresh air. With the 10 of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position, this is also emotional fulfillment, like I said. And look at all those stars in the sky. It's like, look, I caught a falling star. Have you ever seen that movie Stardust, where it's actually about a woman who is a falling star and she like lands in like a meteorite? It's with Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay. Anyway, it didn't do that well. Didn't do that well. But anyway, besides the point, it's a good witchy or like spiritual movie to watch too, a little bit. But with the 10 of Cups energy coming forth, I feel like this person is like very in awe of you, and it's very emotional based though. It has no practical plan associated with it. It's very emotionally fulfilled by you. This person's very emotionally fulfilled by you. This person does feel like they could genuinely fall in love with you as well with the 10 of Cups. You have a lot of people who view you like this, like people who view you like somebody that they could actually be in a serious committed relationship with. Like you have a lot of people who manifest you and have you like on their fucking mind. The next one that you're getting is the Page of Cups energy coming forth. And I feel like you're, like, even after you drop them, like, I'm still getting Q's energy. Now, with the Page of Cups energy coming forth in the upright, yeah, definitely, as I say that, water sign base, you also make him very nervous. Because if you see the fish, like, jumping out of water and he's like, oh, and after tarot, it's kind of like, oh, wait, I messed up. Like, I didn't mean that. I meant to say this, or like that kind of energy with the Page of Cups in the upright. This is also about him wanting to give you some kind of like genuine romantic offer, like a cutesy kind of date, or kind of like invite you out fun to do something. It's the Page of Cups, so it's not as extravagant as like, oh, I'm gonna propose to you, I'm gonna do that. I don't feel that, but it's almost like he wants to tell you or like confess to you just a little bit of his emotions here, and like bring them to surface. But that's what I'm getting for you, AB. Raya, what are your person's feelings and next actions? What? Raya. What are your person's feelings and next actions towards Sakshi? Let's see. So what are your person's feelings and next actions towards Sakshi? It looks like a little bit of a friends with benefits situation, or just having a good time and just talking. Okay. Now, I do feel like if these people have a little bit of a past life connection, getting double 66 energy, which is a soulmating angel number as well, but it's also, I'm not triple, just double, okay? Like 6 and 6. It's also healing life path number, okay? It's people who have like a life path number 6 are going to be natural healers. They're going to want to be natural servers for people. They end up kind of just serving their community or serving other people in a way. A good example is Jessica, not Alba, the girl from Fantastic Four. I think it's Alba, right? Jessica Alba. The girl from Fantastic Four. She's a life path 6, okay? And she created Honest. And you're probably like, well, what does creating Honest have to do with the community? What does creating organic, baby products have to do with the community? Hello? What the fuck? Okay, I don't even think I even have to explain that. What does it have to do with the community? You put better products on babies, you have better freaking adults, okay? Like, as far as chemistry-wise, all right? And they don't get certain things. It's just better for your child, okay? Especially if you can afford it. Like, why not get the Honest brand? You know what I mean? Like, why would you do the chemical shit if you could afford it? And, like, Honest is not that crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that much more expensive than, like, the other. And I know because Anyway, I just know, all right? So the next one that you're getting is the death card energy, which is almost like an end to a certain cycle in the transformative period, to like where it's going to touch base on like these people's like past life connection to each other as well. So like where you have a really intensive deja vu moment. I don't know, I'm getting that energy too. Arizona, is my guy going to take what? Arizona, is your guy going to take action to become your boyfriend? Let's see. Girl, yes. Okay, you're just gonna have to wait it out like a long ass. Okay, you're gonna feel like it's a long ass time because with the strength card energy coming forth, this is about longevity. Okay, this is about you in the Olympics. Okay, essentially, and you have like it's not your last run. Let's just say you're running track or whatever. Okay, like it's not your last run. All right, or your like last situation, like your last loop around the thing. Okay, and you got to do it again, and then you got to do it again. Like you have like 4 more times before you get to that chance, and then this is where the strength card comes in. The strength card is going to come in at your last round where you're like, oh shit, okay, I got to really get it together. I got to get my breathing together. I got to get my focus together. I got to get everything. I got to get my mind right. In that moment, you got like 2 seconds while the referee's doing that countdown and everything like that. You got that the couple seconds to just go for it, right? And then the minute that they like blow the whistle, sorry. My dude was talking to me today. He was like, you can't, like, when we're having conversations, like, you can't just talk about, like, oh, look, B. Like, anyway, so the strength card energy coming forth in the upright position and the 9 of cups energy coming forth in the upright. This is kind of like you're about to like finish, you're about to get to that passion, but you gotta amplify it up, and you gotta talk to yourself in your mindset, right? Because it's all running is all about your mind, really, if you think about it. Like it really is. Anything dealing with sports is like about your mind, or anything dealing with the body is about your mind. Okay, but I'm an Aquarius. Ask like an Aries, and they're gonna be like, no, it's about rage, rah. Anyway, so. All right, but it is. It's about rage. But anyway, and it's funny I was talking about like a fire sign because like this fire sign energy here is Leo, okay, and they very much are like roar, okay. But at the end of the day, right before you get into that, you get this kind of like adrenaline rush, right? Because it usually helps if somebody pisses you off before, so like you don't like the person like you're at the track meet with or whatever, and like you just are really pissed off, and you're just like, I'm gonna fuck you up right now. Like you better watch out, you better stretch, bitch, better stretch, like that kind of energy. And you finally like keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and then you make it. You make it. Maybe by a millisecond, by half a second, whatever, you made it. Okay, but it's that kind of grueling kind of situation where you're just like, damn, why couldn't we just bypass this and kind of just get to this point? You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't I just get my trophy already? But sometimes you got to put in a little work, you know what I mean, to get that trophy. As I talk about trophies, look at this. 9 of cups. This is about winning. This is about a yes. All right, really strong yes. But that's what I'm getting for you, and it could be happening during August season for you, with the really strong Leo elemental card coming forth. It doesn't have to be Leo. It could be very well any fire sign season. We are in a fire sign season, Aries, but Leo is often associated with the strength card. Okay, let's get into the next one. Why did Mark decline your friend request? P. Why did Mark decline your friend request? Why did Mark decline your friend request? Okay, so he doesn't want the olive branch. He doesn't want to be connected to you. I know you're probably going to be like, what the fuck? He doesn't want to be connected to you on the internet with the Ace of Wands energy in the reversal. All right? This is a rejection. And he doesn't want to be connected emotionally anymore with the Two of Cups energy coming up in the reversal. And this is a really hard situation because it's not going to be his final thing. He's actually going to eventually like come back towards you and friend request you. But it's going to hurt like a bitch in the process. If I could give you a virtual hug right now, I would, girl, because it looks like Spirit's saying, like, you need a hug. Because, look at this. A hug. You might not want a hug from me. I hug for long periods of time. Okay? I do. Whenever I do hug, it's like a long period of time. Okay? Especially if I care about you. I'm going to give you all my energy. Anyway. Seven of Swords energy, but usually I don't like people touching me. Like, at all. Okay? At all. But with the Seven of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal. Okay? The Seven of Swords in the reversal is also about, he got secrets. And if you were to connect with him on there, you would be able to connect the dots. Okay? And find out about this shit. And you might not like it. You might not like it. That's what I'm getting for you, okay? That's why he denied your friend request. He got secrets. How serious and invested is your person about you? Anastasia. Alright, so how serious and invested is your person about you? How serious and invested is your person about you? Okay, so I want you to know that they like where you guys are at. If you're wanting to break past a certain barrier, a certain boundary, they might not care about that. They think that they've invested enough. Whenever the Seven of Pentacles energy comes in the reversal, it's, all right, I'm going to stop watering my garden. I'm going to walk away now. When it's in the upright, I'm watching my garden. I'm trying to make sure the plants are good and shit. All right. I'm observing. I'm aware. I want to invest. I want to add more fertilizer. I haven't given up on my crops. You know, like that. That's exactly, because you see the guy with the, is this a ratchet? Anyway, I think it's not a ratchet. It's, what are those things called? Okay. I don't know what those things are called. Like a plow, or you just, damn, I know my ancestors mad that I don't know this. Anyway, Seven of Pentacles energy, because I'm pretty sure we probably did something with this. Anyway, so let's just say it's a shovel. Even though this is definitely not a fucking shovel. Okay? Because there's no shovel that looks like that. If there is, it's very odd. But I'm pretty sure it's that plow thing. Anyway, so you know the thing that they do to like get everything prepared with the ground before the fertilizer. Anyway, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like this person's not willing to invest. But here is the good part. Before you get mad. Ten of Cups. This person's already emotionally fulfilled. That's why they don't see, like, they're probably like, I don't want to do anything different, like, in our relationship. I think we're fine. Like, we're good. Like, I'm happy where we're at. I'm actually ecstatically happy where we're at. We're emotionally fulfilled where we're at. Because if it was, like, lacking in some area, the Eight of Cups would come up. Or if you wanted to walk away from the connection just in general, the Eight of Cups would come up. Okay? Or the Four of Wands, the reversal, or different things would have happened. But did not. The next card that you received was the emotional fulfillment card. The complete emotionally fulfilled card. So there's nothing more that you could do, nothing more that you could say. This person already feels this way about you. This person already feels like they've already invested. But this person also doesn't see where you guys could actually grow in the relationship, and it's not your job to show them at all. A relationship is not a job, period. It should just be something that you want to do, that you love to do. The minute that you feel like a relationship is like a job, that's like harsh. You know what I mean? But I don't know why I'm feeling like, and I'm not saying that you're not going to want to, progress with this person or anything like that, but I feel like this person just feels comfortable with the way that you guys are and is very happy with the way that you guys are, and doesn't feel like you guys need to push for anything else. That's how he feels. You know what I mean? But, little by little, give your hints here or there. Liked for, please, Spirit Guide. Messages for Joey. What? Joey Cameron and Demola easily on the Cancer Zodiac, no contact. Okay. Alright. You're going to end up finding out about a secret through conversation with this person. And you're also going to have a lot more conversation coming up because this person was doing something shady and they're going to end up blowing up your phone. Okay? Whenever that shady shit is done. All right? Let's just say they're like, oh yeah, my phone died. You know damn well. Okay? All right. The next one you have the Queen of Pentacles. Especially if it's been like 4 hours. Come on. Your phone died for 4 hours. You've been off work for like an hour. You've been home for like 30 minutes and you didn't put your phone on the thing. You know what I mean? Like, and then you give him an extra hour on top of that, 2 hours on top of that, and he doesn't message you till maybe like the next morning. You know what I mean? And you're just like, whatever. You know what I mean? Queen of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright. You are going to be receiving it soon, though. I do feel like it. But you may or may not find out about this because you might not be listening when he talks to you. You need to listen when he talks to you. So whenever he talks to you, really listen to what he's saying. This doesn't mean, just accuse him every 2 seconds. No, this means literally listen to him. You know what I mean? And whatever you're intuitively feeling on the inside, if you listen further, it'll be answered. You just have to listen a little bit further. Okay? But faith comes by hearing, not by sight. That's what I'm getting for you, love. All right, let's see. Jessica, what's coming up next in your love life? Jefferson Smith, are you doing paid? Yes, I am. It is in my menu, like in my description box. Sorry, I have like a little menu section, and I have mini reads available, and I also have full like reads available to like where you get mini message, delivered to you after via email, and then you also get more message cards, things like that. So yeah, I have it available. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Thanks a lot. Greatly appreciated. Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate your support and for you supporting the channel. I appreciate that. What's coming up next in your love life, Jessica? All right. I feel like doing a switch card for you, so I'm just going to do that. So let's see. What's coming up next in your love life? Give me one. All right. You need like a full reading, but I'm not going to take all those messages. We're just going to get one tarot card out for you. What's coming up in your love life? That's way too much. Way too much, I'm sorry. But let's get into it. Let's see. Love life. 1. Thank you. 2 of Wands energy coming forward. In the reversal, okay? You could be feeling a little bit disconnected right now. Okay, you might not be able to see like a clear vision of like who truly is going to be coming into life, who truly is going to be that life partner. And what you really need to do, this is a message here, is that you need to concentrate on what you really want in a relationship. Not, oh, I want somebody with dark hair and piercing eyes. No, I'm not talking about how they look like. Okay, I'm really not. It's good to have an idea, know what you want. But at the same time, you're going to want to be a little bit picky. And the universe is really detailed. Like, even leaves have, like, the most detail in them. If you, like, we have, the universe is very detailed. Okay, so, like, if you say you want a car, you may just get any fucking car. Okay? But if you say, no, I want this, this, and this, and this, and you speak that out loud, you don't know who's hearing you. You don't know what opportunity is going to come your way. Because it's not just about the spiritual, like, oh, speak it aloud and it'll bring about to you. Like, it's not just about that. It is about, if you think about just the logic behind it, let's just say you're speaking about something, okay? And you speak life into it, whatever you are working towards. And there's a person next to you, okay? And that person next to you is like, has been looking. So this is where mutual manifestations collide. So what you want is also looking for you as well. So let's just say this person was looking for somebody to fill a position that their fucking manager just dipped, didn't give a fuck about the property. I don't know why. Oh my god, I got a weird fucking vibe. Anyway, like just dipped and didn't something related to me for like 2 seconds. I'm sorry. But it's like, for instance, like let's just say somebody like dipped. Okay, like out of the property. I don't know why I keep wanting to say property. Let's just say somebody's like a property manager or something like that, and they just end up dipping. Okay, like assistant property manager, they end up dipping, and then you end up being like in a certain position. Then you end up getting that position because of just who you are. Okay, and like your dedication, your motivation, and everything like that. Okay. But let's just say you don't even work there and you guys are just at a bar and you speak about it and you're like, damn, I really like this position that I'm at now, but like, girl, this shit is ridiculous. I've been, making this numbers and I've been doing this and I haven't been getting paid and like it's ridiculous. Like that kind of energy. And then all of a sudden this person's like, oh shit, she made 50%, over her goals. Shit, I need that person on my team. Actually, we have an opening. Hi, I couldn't help but to overhear. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be weird, but like, this has happened, okay? This is a situation that has actually fucking happened. To like where, like, things like this actually do happen. To like where you speak about things, even if you're just venting it, and another person may have the solution for you, okay? To where you're pinpointed to be at that, and that makes you wonder, like, before I even spoke about it, I thought about it. And I thought about it before that person even invited me to the bar. And that person invited me to the bar, not knowing that I was answering the call to something that was making a connection to something that I've been hyper focusing about. When you break it down like that, it doesn't sound as crazy. But if I just say, oh, speak about, bring about, people are going to be like, oh, well, fuck that. You can just speak whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But if you think about it in a more of a logical way, and this is where my Capricorn and my Neptune placement come into play, because I have a tendency to bring my dreams into practical reality. So that doesn't mean like, oh, I think of a unicorn, I want to get a unicorn. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want a unicorn, and I might just fucking create a unicorn. I might fucking have a car that looks like a unicorn. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? All of a sudden it's like periwinkle and shit. It's nice. Anyway, so the next one that you have is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, just as an example. With the Ten of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright position next to the Two of Wands, you're going to be in a serious committed relationship and you don't even see that shit coming. And you're like, but when though? But when though? It doesn't matter because you're gonna win though. With the Nine of Cups energy coming forth, this literally means you're gonna win. And this is also about you receiving what you asked for. Could you imagine if you go to a restaurant and you're probably like, well, yeah, people do it all the time. You go to a restaurant and you're just like, I don't care, just give me whatever. And they give you whatever. Okay? This could be the leftovers that were in the freezer, and then they just put it in there and they put it in the microwave, and all of a sudden you're paying like $25 for microwave fucking. I'm telling you, before you don't believe me, go watch Gordon Ramsay. Okay? Anyway, so before you're like, oh, but that's a show. No, man, I have worked in the service industry. I've seen people fucking use microwaves and shit when they got a fresh ass stove and like it's a nice ass place too, and you're just like, what the fuck? And you're baffled, and then you see what they do with the silverware. They put it all in this fucking bucket. This fucking bucket that's full of disinfectant. And then they power wash it. And it's a nice ass place. And then they'll like power wash it. And then they'll dry it. It's nasty. It's something that made me understand why. I don't know if you've ever seen Something's Gotta Give. And Jack Nicholson, when he has OCD in the movie, and he ends up helping out this guy, this painter. Anyway, it's a really good movie. Jack Nicholson makes really good movies, okay? But anyway, so like, I mean, bucket list, think about it. Anyway, and he was a great Joker. Anyway, so like that kind of energy. Anyway, I'm not gonna take too much time, but like that kind of energy. Anyway, so you're gonna be winning, okay? And you're gonna be able to receive what you want, okay? But it's all about what you want to attract into your life. So you have to speak about, to bring about, okay? And you also have to think about it and intensely write it down, all right? But anyway, that's what I'm getting for you. Can I get a major 18 plus love confession from your person? A major. What do you mean by that? What do you mean a major? What do you mean that? What do you mean? Sigma. Hey, what's up, Sigma? Sorry. Alright, perfect. And I'll get into yours right after I get into... Can I get a major? She goes, he. Just a love confession then, haha. 18 plus. Alright, give me 1 second. Let's do it. Major love confession. What's her name? Isabella? Yeah. Major love confession. Sexual 18 plus. Guys, come on. Thank you. Dear Stu, I want to fuck you on this floor. My knees hurt, but I don't care. I want to stick it in here right now. You make the perfect sounds, unless them. Okay? Is that 18 plus enough for you? But that's what I'm getting for you, love. For some reason, I smelt Aveda. And I smelt rosemary. Thank you so much. You're welcome. All right, so let's get into Sigma. Sorry, guys, I'm such a nerd. I'm like, Sigma. All right, so what do you need to know? So, guys, I'm doing a full 10-minute read for this one, okay? And then also because you purchased the full reading, you're going to get the mini message on top of that as well delivered to you, okay? But let's get into it and let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at square. All right, making sure I didn't miss any notes. I'll wait. Hey, what's up, guys? It's not a list. It's picked random, okay? I'm going to be doing a private read for just the next 10 minutes, so just stay tuned, and then I'll dive into some more free reads, okay? All right, so let's get into this. What do you need to know? And I don't know why I want to say what do you need to know in the future. I don't know why I want to say that, but it's going to come up regardless. Let's see, what do you need to know? Five of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position. So with the Five of Cups energy coming forth in the upright, what you need to know is that better days are coming. That even though sometimes you feel like you are drowning in your fucking doubt or depression, or you feel cloaked with it or suppressed or oppressed, you're going to make a breakthrough, okay? And whether it's in love, I don't know why I feel like this is deeply in love, to like maybe where you've tried and tried again, or it could be certain passions in your life or certain things that you really wanted to, like get off the ground, or like really just start running and just go with it, or maybe just disappointments that you're revisiting in your mindset. Well, you're about to get a win. You're about to get an optimism being presented to you, okay, in the reality. All right. It would like, for example, let's just say you're like, damn, I really need a car. And then like all of a sudden you end up getting a car, and you're like, damn, I really didn't think I was going to be able to do this. And I did this, and this is like like, it gives me hope. It gives me like, I can kind of like break free from like certain things or certain restrictions or things like that. You know what I mean? A car can do a lot. So with the Seven of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position, this is also about knowing what you want, because the reasons why these things that you're manifesting falters, okay, is because you're manifesting other things at once. So this could be kind of like you're in a relationship, but you're like, damn, like I wish that this person would just be more open with me, or I wish I just had somebody to be like more vulnerable with, or connective with, or to chill with more, or to just go on walks with more, or to play video games with, or to do whatever. Sorry, hiccuped. That's I don't think that was hiccup. I think that was burp. I'm sorry. That was a lot of your readers say it's good luck in a reading, which it is. But just saying, sorry. With the Seven of Cups energy coming forth, it's important for you to figure out what you desire. Because whenever this comes in, it's almost like getting caught up and faltering, because you're like, even though you have somebody who like loves you and wants to work things out or whatever, you're thinking in your mind, but this person doesn't do this, or this person doesn't do that, and this person doesn't do da 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 da, and I wish that this person would do this, or say this, or act like this, or do that, or da 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 da, in the mind, because we have so many thoughts that go through our fucking head, you know what I mean? And I feel like your mind is really jumbled with that. So it's really important for you to have this pinpointed focused thought of being like, you know what? This is what I want. And it's good for you to have a practical plan with what you're manifesting, because then you can take at least one action towards it. So let's just say you're like, I would really love to live with my partner, and I want to create a different environment, but I also want this person to be comfortable. I want them to, do all those different things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. I want them to not have to compromise their lifestyle. Like, when you love somebody, that runs through your mind because you don't want them to be unhappy. You know what I mean? You want them to be happy. You want them to kind of like radiate. But at the same time, you don't want to compromise so much of your own happiness to where you're so stressed out to like where you're like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? But at the same time, I feel like, anyway, so let's just say you do that, okay? And you know that you want to do that. So this is what you do. You end up like maybe applying for, apartment, or you end up applying for, let's just say you wouldn't be able to get approved for apartments, so you find your loophole around it to like where maybe you would automatically get approved if you were an employee working for that property, or like something like that, to like where you're like, you know what, this is how I'm going to get it, or this is how I'm going to do it, or this is how this is going to happen, like that kind of energy. And then you take that one step, and you go in for the interview, and then you end up getting that interview, and then you end up kind of like getting the job, and you set those steps, all right, towards that. Or like you set those steps towards what you want. So like if you say, oh man, I want to be a singer, or oh man, I want to be an actress, or oh man, I want to do this, or oh man, I want to do that. Take one action towards it. Just fucking one. Whether it's just taking your headshots, or getting your headshots taken, or like doing your little demo, or posting that one song that could end up like blowing up years after you record it. Because what YouTube does, even if you post like a song on there or something like that, what YouTube does is when a topic becomes popular, it will auto generate a channel for you. Whether you have like, it'll auto generate a channel like in association with that topic. So like, let's just say like I have a song, right? And years ago, I had a channel with over 10K followers, things like that, and I was doing exactly what I'm doing now, okay? But family comes into play, my whole life story. I'll do a story time and explain that eventually. Fucking eventually. But for like, anyway, so let's go back into your reading. But it's really important for you to have a practical plan. With the Temperance card, you also have to be patient with yourself. Like, Rome was not built in a day. Earth wasn't built in a day. You know what I mean? Like, the universe wasn't built. Like, you have to have some form of patience with yourself and allow energy to accumulate and balance out. I do feel like the Libra full moon is going to do something very important for you, and that's coming up soon, next week. Okay? But that's what I'm channeling in naturally. We don't necessarily have that here, but we do have Sagittarian meets Aries with the Temperance card. Now, the next card that you're getting is the Death card, Capricornus and Scorpio. All right? Transition. Very, very strong transition. And it's almost like you're going through this period of delay. Really, it's for you to figure out what you want. And back to the restaurant thing. It's kind of like being in a restaurant and just asking for whatever. And you end up eating it and you're just like, what the fuck is this? And then it's different when you look at the menu and you're like, you know what? I want this burger, but I don't want the tomatoes. And on top of that, I want bacon. But you know what? I kind of want it extra crispy. So if they can make the bacon extra crispy, take out the tomato, and then add the grilled cheese sandwich on that, and I'm willing to pay for it. I'm willing to put in the work for it. You know what I mean? So I know it's going to come in. And imagine if you had that, but with manifestations. That's what differentiates, the master manifestors from the alchemists. Okay? Now, the next one that you have here, and you're probably like, isn't that the same thing? No, it's not. With the High Priestess energy, if it was, then it wouldn't have been banned in the 16th century by the Catholic Church. And then they realized, oh shit, we can't ban mental frequency. Anyway, so with the High Priestess energy coming forth, it's actually a real thing. It's very much a real thing. Like, it's a part of history. They banned alchemy. Like, anyway, so how do you ban alchemy? I don't know. But anyway, so the High Priestess, okay, coming through. This is also about you paying attention to your intuitive signs and intuitive notations that your guides are sending you. This goes back to, I don't know if you were here for when I was talking about the white rabbit, okay, that one of the other psychics was talking about. She has her own channel, Nene. She's really cool. Anyway, so he didn't see. They said that he got a note, follow the white rabbit. He thought that maybe he was gonna see like an actual physical fucking rabbit, or like, but it was a rabbit tattoo that was white on a girl, and he ended up following that. You know what I mean? So it was like that. All right. So Alice in Wonderland can be, perceived in many different ways. So with the High Priestess energy coming forth in the upright, can I ask you a non-tarot question? Just need your advice. Hey, what's up, P? I'm doing a paid reading right now, but for sure you can. Underneath the Five of Cups energy, you have the Ten of Swords in the reversal. What you think is over, what you think you lost out on, what you thought you didn't have opportunities on, or whatever, you're going to be able to rebuild that. The one thing that somebody who was important in my life told me, growing up, they told me that you have a couple different times to rebuild your life, even if you fail. And maybe this person didn't know that they were a prophet at the time, or maybe they didn't know, but it actually being it stood with me for like a long time in my life. So I review it a lot, like within my mindset. Underneath the Seven of Cups energy, you have the Five of Swords in the reversal. All right. So yes, there's some mistakes that you make that you can't come back from. But even then, you can. I mean, if Gypsy fucking Rose can be married, we all have hope. Okay? Damn. I was like horrible in this light. What the fuck? Stuff build. Anyway, sorry. But with the Five of Swords energy in the reversal, this is also about you showing your authentic self. And this is how you're going to find out what you really want, is when you're not sitting at the table at the restaurant and you know what you want, but your friend who maybe might be a little bit more popular than you, or maybe there's another person who might be a little bit more whatever. Faster, better, stronger. There's always going to be somebody. Okay? Kanye said it best. Faster, stronger, better. And he strives for that because as a Gemini, they do that till they burn the fuck out, then they crack out. You know what I mean? That's just how it happens. That's why I don't trust anything that says like, oh, welcome to Gemini. That technology, I'm like, oh, so you going to crash on me? I was like, so you going to put me in a situation where I need you and you falter immensely? You know what I mean? For some kind of other separate, selfish situation or reason. Like this, you know what I mean? Like that's how I think of that technology. But anyway, with the Five of Swords energy, it's kind of like being at that table and you are like, you know what? I kind of want this. Like in your mind, you're like, I want this burger. How would it sound in your mind? Like, I want this burger. And I kind of wanted a milkshake. But Jessica's getting a salad. And on top of that, she's getting filet mignon. So maybe I should do something maybe a little bit different. Still kind of like healthy, the same vibe, but maybe something different. And it's not saying that you're trying to copy it. It's you're trying to fit in. You're trying to do something that you think is going to make you happier. So you're trying to make a choice that's going to make you feel like you're going to be kind of like happier. So then you're like, when the waitress comes, oh, hey, anybody want anything? Oh, yeah, I'll have what she's having. It's cool. Then you end up getting it, and you find out that it's not authentically yourself. That it's not something that you actually crave. You taste it, and you're like, the fuck is this? I don't even like kale. I love kale. But like, I like to say, I don't even like kale. Like put some kale, some poppy seeds on there, and I'm solid. I'm not even fucking playing. I love salads. All right. Growing up, I had somebody who made a lot of salads for me. Anyway, underneath the Temperance card, you have the Seven of Pentacles energy in the reversal. Okay, underneath the Temperance. Now, with that, it's also about don't be afraid to walk away from what you've already planted. Don't be afraid to walk away and allow things to grow, allow things to kind of like have its natural progression, but at the same time, don't hyper-focus and think about it. What I want you to do is I want you to mimic that energy. So like, whenever you're really pissed off and you're like, damn, I could hit somebody. Maybe not you, but I got anger issues. So I would go on a really long ass walk. Okay? I'll go on a long ass walk. And then I'll come back and I'll be like, okay, yeah, no, I walked over here. I went to the store, I went over there, not knowing the whole time. I was thinking like it was pushing out all that energy. I was exerting all that energy. I was transmuting it. Okay? I was transmuting all of that energy. And then I was like, finally, when I get to the store, it's like, hey, how are you doing? This is great. Yeah, no. Yeah, I am having a lovely day. How are you? And you overexert yourself. I'm not saying, oh, so you're saying I got to work out to be happier? I mean, it wouldn't hurt. You know what I mean? And don't consider walking as working out. Consider it as just a new hobby. You could bird watch, you know what I mean? You could try to learn how to mimic the sounds of the birds. Sometimes I do that and I try not to sound like a weirdo, but I've been trying to learn how to talk to birds. Anyway, or trying to mimic their sounds. I feel like it's a certain like maybe Ariana Grande could do it. You know what I mean? Or Mariah could do it, but it's a certain pitch level. Anyway, and I feel like it's important. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. Okay, it's my hobby. Let me be weird. There's other people, doing weird shit. Let me just learn how to sound and I feel like that's not the weirdest thing I could do. Okay? Underneath the death card, you have the justice card. What you have been waiting for, which is balance and restoration, is going to be coming towards you, but it's not going to be coming towards you in the beginning of the year, and it's going to drive you fucking insane because the middle of the year is going to be a little bit kind of intense for you. It's showing me a little bit of your year for some reason. Especially with justice. It's a Libra Scorpio cusp, and for some reason I'm feeling heavily that it's timing placement. Heavily. And the next card that you're getting, because underneath that, the death card is, what's in correlation with both of these? Scorpio energy. What's in correlation with both, Scorpio energy? What's in both correlation with both Scorpio energy and Libra energy? Okay. October. All right. And then we also have Capricorn, which is towards the end of the year. So like I told you, it's almost like they're giving me a synopsis of like your year, of like certain things that you need to know of and be aware of. Okay, it's giving you tidbits on how to manifest differently. Okay, to like where you can just think differently. Okay, so underneath the High Priestess, you're getting the Three of Cups energy. You're also going to manifest a really strong reunion with somebody and also celebrate really strongly. This is also going to be something that you intuitively picked up on. Like you knew somebody was going to be coming back, but maybe you were like, oh, this person probably faltered. Maybe you thought the worst. But no, I think you're going to have more coming towards you. Now let's get into, do you want to know more about love, or do you want to know more about like money? Because I have two different decks, or I could do just like a general overall with like the action oriented like life cards as well. If you want me to show you the decks, I can too. So you have life action cards, which is a mixture of everything, like house, career, and I'll also do like a mini like spread with it to give it more in depth if you want to. And then we also have the general love letter deck. We have the main money message deck too. Okay, so I'm planning on moving to UAE. Where's that? What is that? UAE, like either this month or next month. And yes, use the action yellow card. Okay, yeah, so let's do that, and we'll do like a little bit more in-depth overview with that. But I'm curious to see what UAE is. Can I Google it? Is that cool? Give me 1 second. And we'll dive into that in just a moment. Sorry. UAE location.
Flights from Orlando to the United Arab Emirates leaving April 24th and coming back April 28th start at $1,046.
Bitch, what the fuck? Is the flight cheaper for you though? Because like, damn, they got camels. Oh shit. Dubai. Let me fucking find out. But you know what? That's what Miami's trying to turn into right now. And I'm not even fronting. Like, they actually have, like, real estate development, like, and contracts with partners from Dubai trying to recreate a lot of their infrastructure and, like, their design work and stuff like that happening in Miami. And you're like, how do you know that? Guys, I lived in South Beach for, like, a couple months, and I talk a lot. And so I get to know a lot of people. Okay, so I ended up talking with people, and it just came up in casual conversation. And was it an Uber driver? Yeah. He also told me about Star Island. Okay, some crazy shit about that place too. He was like, yeah, sometimes I dropped this person off, and this one girl, she not look right. I was like, okay. I was like, that's all I need to know about Miami. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Miami's a weird ass place, but it's good. It's just, I am not paying for parking to go to Target. It's not happening anymore. It's not happening. The downtown Miami... Anyway, let's go into your life action card. Sorry. You said, wow, that's crazy. Yes, it's cheaper. Wow, I didn't know that. But Uber drivers know everything. Dude, that's what it feels... I'm serious. And you know, I used to be an Uber driver too. So, like, I'm for real. When I say this, Uber drivers be knowing shit in their town. Like, they be knowing shit. Okay? See, there we go. That's... Yeah, I went downtown Miami. I had to leave. See, there we go. I'm telling you, I can't do it. I Ubered in downtown Miami. I Ubered during like Art Basel week, and I met like these famous artists and stuff like that. But to me, I'm just like, whatever. Whenever I meet a famous person, it's not like, oh my God, I don't fangirl. I just kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like a family member in that way who is like that too. He meets a lot of, he just runs into people. So, or like it'll just happen for him. So like, for me it happens too, but I don't react the way other people think that I would react. Like, "Oh my God, can you sign this or whatever?" I'm just like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like I just start talking to him like a normal fucking person. Anyway, so let's get into action. Okay. Like there was one time the writer for Shadowhunters, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show. He sat in my chair to get his haircut. And I was like, first of all, I was fangirling on the inside. That didn't, I'm still fangirling because he met Jace. Okay? Anyway, I know I'm for real. He was like, "Yeah, I'm the writer of the Shadowhunters." And I was like, "You're lying." I was like, "No, dude. You're totally lying. Like you're not. You're not. Come on. That's my show." I was like, "That's my but I love that show." And he told me, he was like, he said everybody was cool, but like he said Isabel, the Isabel character was the sweetest girl on the cast. But anyway, he actually showed me proof, like pictures and all this shit. Like he was a pretty cool guy. And anyway, so most of the time they're pretty chill. Most of the time, unless they're like super stuck up and like in some kind of Delulu fucking land, like where they think that they're fucking better than the janitor down the street who's cleaning their toilet, which is just, it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Anyway. But let's get into the action-oriented cards to see what's going on for you. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. But anyway, let's get into it. Chrissy. Hey, what's up? Let's get into Sigma, though. And let's see here. I'm doing a paid read. I'm going to get back into the free reads in a moment. I don't have a list going on with the free reads, so it's just first come, first serve, and kind of like randomize. Okay? So let's get into it to see what's coming up for you. And for some reason, career keeps wanting to end up like as the top card. So I feel like you might have some changes and shifts in your career. And in your environment. And it also could look like that you're going to be living like in group housing. You might not be living like in your own house. Like you could be living in, what I mean by group housing is like apartments or like or like condos or townhouses where you don't really necessarily like have that much space in between your neighbors. But I don't know why I feel like it's not going to bother you. Like I feel like the place is actually going to be pretty dope, but they definitely get a lot of snow. Okay. We're going to get a bit more clarification, and you're also going to be able to, something that you spoke about, you're about to bring about into your life as well with this energy coming in. It says record your own debut album, stuff like that. But again, these cards aren't meant for divination purposes. All right, so that's why I go in with my cards, my additional cards. Sorry, I have like really good eyesight sometimes to like where I can see little fuzzies or like stuff. Anyway, and at night too, for some reason. Like I could have been a hunter in like a previous life or something. I don't know. I can just like see it at night sometimes, like really well. Anyway, which is funny. Anyway, so the next one that you're getting is a lump sum of cash as well. So you could be getting some major money soon, or an increase in your finances is coming up. Another one from the top you're getting is self-publish your life story, but for some reason I feel like you're going to keep a journal. I don't know why I'm getting this energy, or there could be somebody who writes something very important to you. But let's get into it a little bit more with the tarot to see a little bit more about the ski chalet, even though I feel like that's a little bit more of a location and environmental shifts and changes. But let's see. Oh. Also, you're getting happy holidays. So maybe you might be doing this. Are you doing this in the summer? Are you moving in the summer? Or are you moving during Christmas time? Or maybe there could be something special happening during Christmas time, or you could be gifted something special. But let's get into ski chalet. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, so you're going to have the option between two different places, okay? And you're going to have to make a really solid choice. I also do feel like you have to really, everybody says listen to your heart, whatever, but really listen to your intuition. I wanted to move now, to be honest. I get that. I get that. But for some reason, I feel like there could be some kind of, or there's something important that could be happening near the end of the year at this new location. But with the moon card, this could be happening during Cancerian season, which is right around the corner. It is. With, when's Cancerian season? June, July? June, July. Yeah. So, yeah, June, July. But with the Two of Pentacles energy and the Moon card energy coming forth in the upright, this is almost like, I do feel like it could be Cancerian season, possibly about, 2 months away, right? When is May, June? Yeah. So maybe towards the end of June, you could be moving. Now, let's get into a little bit more clarification of this. Guacamole. Four of Wands energy. I was like, oh. Looked like Big Ed there for a second. Have you guys ever seen 90 Day Fiancé? Anyway, Four of Wands energy coming forth. And the Eight of Cups energy in the reversal. Oh, shit. Yeah, Eight of Cups energy coming up in the reversal. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got to move my foot. I've been doing... Oh, shit. My amethyst fell off. I'm doing crystal healing on my ankle right now. Just, let me be myself. Okay, so with the Eight of Cups energy coming forth in the reversal, okay? Underneath this, it's almost like maybe an opportunity that you thought was not going to come towards you. It is, but this is also somebody coming back towards you full circle. And I don't know why I feel like this is maybe a partner who doesn't want you to leave and is going to try to make you stay. Or this could even be somebody who ends up wanting to reconnect with you and visit with you and really make it evident. This could be something that you brought about by speaking it out loud that you wanted to reconnect with this person. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. Now, underneath the invest card, yeah. And also I'm getting that don't falter on like a certain application or something like that because you don't have like all the information. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. That's so weird. Okay, let's get into the invest card though. This could be like an apartment or like a housing application or something like that. But let's get into invest. Something that you didn't plan, something that you didn't see coming is coming towards you and it's going to connect with you soon. This could be extra money. Yeah, and it's going to shock the fuck out of you with the Tower card coming forth. All right, pulling in Gemini a little bit. But really, that's Pisces and Aries. All right, but sometimes it can create in conjunction Gemini. So this could be coming in a little bit sooner for you, the extra added money. And maybe this extra added money is a necessity. Okay? This could be like near Easter time, maybe. Okay? But let's get into self-publish your life story. Sorry, I'm just now reading your comments. All right, so let's get into self-publish your life story. Listen, with everything inside of you, even though you're going to want and you feel this urge to maybe write somebody a really long paragraph, or maybe there's somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, stuff like that, this person is pretty ruthless. You're getting the King of Cups in the reversal, okay? This person may or may not care what you write, and they may end up emotionally manipulating you in the reversal. Now, the next one that you're getting is a star card, Aquarian. But they're still going to really value it. And it's going to kind of be a wish granted. This could also be somebody writing to you. And this could be what I was picking up with the Four of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Cancerian season evident. And the Aquarius full moon is happening in August. During Leo season. It looks like you're going to be getting your wish granted. Somebody's going to tell you what you want to hear. Somebody's going to tell you what you want to hear, and you're probably going to be like, well, I don't just want to hear it. I want to feel it. I want to be in it. I get that. But it's almost like you're going to go through a little bit of a test of the heart. Don't trust this water sign person. I'm sorry, but no. let's get into the happy holidays. But I feel like it's still going to be what you wanted, though. Maybe you wanted to connect with this person. Maybe you wanted to see, like, if this person had anything important to say. You know what I mean? And give them a chance. But then they end up showing you, like, this arrogant, kind of, like, selfish fucking thing. And you're just like, I don't know, I don't want to be around you. I don't know who that could be. Yikes, I'm just about to change my number. All right, well, good. Okay, good. Now, underneath the Four of Swords energy coming forth, okay, I'm sorry, not underneath. Underneath the Happy Holidays is the Four of Swords energy coming forth underneath, okay? Man, you may end up getting some kind of spiritual notations of this beautiful gift that's going to be coming towards you. You could also be getting some kind of notation that, damn, I'm going to get another card out because there's another one that literally slid off the top here, and I'm not even kidding. I'm going to show you a little bit. It slid off the top there. It landed on my leg. So, damn, this lighting is not working. Anyway, happy holidays. You're in the Four Swords. It's almost like Spirit has been trying to nudge you to give you some kind of like notation, some kind of like, I don't want to say warning. It's more of just like a sign. But like in your sleep, because it's like when the only way that you're receptive to them, like you're open enough to receive them, like your frequency matches. It happens to me. Like usually when I'm about to like drift off, my clairaudience goes through the roof. So unless I'm by somebody or completely roasted, okay, on a J or something, not something, obviously a J, okay, guys, that's the only thing I can smoke weed, okay. Anyway, so and obviously nicotine. Jesus Christ, that's probably why I said something. Anyway, so it's usually really hard for me to sleep. All right, so I have to have like some kind of noise. So I like sleeping when the house is loudest, or I like sleeping when the TV's on, or like stuff like that, or I like sleeping when my partner's up doing something, or I like falling asleep before they do. It makes me feel better. You know what I mean? So that's usually what I'll do. All right. But for you, I wish I was kind of like that still, to like where it just happens and just regular, like regular in dreams and stuff. It happened to me a lot when I was like younger, where I received those signs when I was little. And the only person I could talk to about it was my grandma on my mom's side, because, you know, she was psychic in Puerto Rico for years. So she was the only one who understood any of the messages that I received, anything that was going on with me. She would understand, and she would break it down, and she would help me, and she would automatically correlate it to Jesus, automatically correlate it to God, automatically correlate it to, so you know what I mean? But anyway, so the next one that you're getting is the Four of Cups energy. Again, four energy is a really strong protective number. So it's almost like this gift has been protected, like it's been very protected. And I feel like it's coming towards you, okay, when you least expect it. And you're like, well, what is it? What is this thing? And it's happiness. Something that's going to be like create a lot of emotional fulfillment for you. And it could be a relationship. All right. With the World card, this could come through the internet. Okay. Or TV. Because think about it. Even though the World card is the internet card, I was watching TV. And then I was like, yo, TV could be the internet card because it's connected to the world. Anyway. So, you know, anyway, before the internet, TV, right? Anyway, before the TV, radio, right? So, all of those communicational frequencies that are worldwide. Anyway, and tarot's very old, so you have to think about that. Anyway, so another one you're getting is the Ace of Cups energy in the upright. Yeah, it's love. And I do feel like it's true love, and it's a really deep divine blessing that's going to make you feel like you're breaking free from a certain chapter of your life. And it's going to be happening a little bit more towards the end of the year, I feel. But that's what I'm getting for you, love. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. I liked giving it to you, so I feel like you shouldn't really trust this person. Maybe test their spirit a little bit, okay? All right, guys. So I've been on here for a little bit more than over an hour, but I'm going to answer just two more free questions, and I'm going to call it, and I'll be live again tomorrow at 9 o'clock, guys. Will A and you lead towards marriage? Will A and... Everybody got an A. What the fuck? Will A and me lead towards marriage? Let's see. Aisha. He intuitively feels like you could be the one. Okay? He intuitively feels like you could be the one. But he has his doubts. And this could be doubts coming from other people or other situations or other experiences that he's had. But it lives in his head. And he can't really break away from that just yet. It's not saying it's a no. This isn't a no. And this isn't a yes. But this definitely is a maybe of not really feeling certain. I do feel like you guys are going to eventually progress, though, to where he'll be able to organize his doubts and actually, what I mean by that, because the Six of Swords, you see how the swords are all organized? It's like thoughts are organized, so where they're not all jumbled, where you already found a solution to some of these problems, where you are actually listening to your intuition. I find it interesting that both of them are walking on water, technically. Yeah, and every time I see like anybody walking on water, I just think of Peter. Anyway, especially in this format with the Eight of Swords. You know what I mean? Because he was like, why did you doubt? Anyway, but that's what I'm getting. But I also feel like, but once he didn't doubt anymore, he was able to walk on water. You know what I mean? Anyway, so like that kind of energy. So it's almost like, yeah, that's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen. It's gonna take some time though, because this person has a lot of doubts about this relationship, and is just really struggling to see if like you guys are really gonna solidify and make this work. Because he feels like some of you guys, not some of you guys might be like in and out a little bit, to the point where he's like, I don't know how stable we're actually gonna be. And he doesn't know how to manipulate your energy. I feel like that's good. But it's almost like he doesn't know how to manipulate your energy. It's like hard for him to understand it, to be able to control it in a way to like, well, oh, no, she's just tripping. Like, I just need to calm down. You know what I mean? Or my favorite one is, this is probably a good example, is, you know, in Euphoria, when he goes, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I'm not playing, Rue. Like that kind of energy. All right? It usually happens to me. People tell that to me most of the time. Okay? Nicer, usually. Okay? But, you know, usually that'll happen. Okay? Because I talk a lot. But, you know, also alone a lot too sometimes. Not frequently. Not anymore as much. But anyway, so with the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords energy coming up in the red, I do feel like he's going to progress. I do feel like you guys are going to reach past this boundary in this barrier or more. And you're manifesting it, but you have to manifest it in a way where it's not just, I want to get married, I want to do this, or I want to do. You have to think, what does my partner want? What's going to make them happy? Do they want more community? Like, what makes them happy? And how much am I willing to compromise in return for that? Because then you'll be able to manifest correctly. Not just seeing your own point of view, but also seeing this other person's point of view as well. So if you're seeing that this person isn't really ready right now, then take your time to build. Okay? You just want reassurance that it's going to happen eventually. But that's the thing about proposals and marriages, is that it's supposed to be a surprise. And it's supposed to be, you know, a little bit of a journey of faith in your relationship and trust. And then you get the reward, you know, of the like the ring and all of that. But you don't see it like that at all. At all. You see it as something that is fully able and that he is lacking in progression and that he needs to push forward. But this is why you're coming up as the Queen of Wands in reversal. You're only seeing it from your point of view. You have to take into consideration what he wants as well. And in order to find out what he wants, you have to be able to communicate it. And just be like, you know, do you ever see yourself even getting married in the future? It doesn't, even if it's not me, do you even see yourself even getting married? Do you even see yourself even having kids? Do you even see yourself going down that journey? I mean, yeah, but maybe not right now. Maybe in like 5 years or... Okay, so in 5 years, if you end up meeting somebody and you guys are married and you've only been married for like 2 years, do you think that you'd be ready to have a kid by then? No, I feel like maybe during the marriage, we'd probably like, you know, wait it out. Maybe like 5 or 6 years in the marriage. So now you're thinking, shit, now I got 10 years I got to think about. You know what I mean? And you got to think, oh shit, okay, I'm 28 now, 10 years, my eggs might be fucking dead. Okay? 38. But then you're thinking, no, there's plenty of people who give birth at 38. Do you think I want to go to a fucking graduation at 50? You think that's an aspiration of mine? You know what I mean? Like, it's... what? Okay, but it's like, what? So what you do is you prepare. You know what I mean? Anyway, for what you want and what you want to manifest that this other person's not ready to match. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Big Ed and Rose when Big Ed told Rose that he doesn't want any more kids when he took her on a vacation and she left her son in the Philippines in a shack that's broken down with rats and shit. Okay? I would have never went with him on that vacation and left my child there in that fucking space. Like, it was so run down. I was just so disappointed in her. Anyway, and I was trying not to give her the evil eye, but I'm just thinking, like, she's probably thinking, oh, I've never been on a plane before. I'm thinking, dude, your son's in the fucking Philippines, doesn't even have a bed, has the fucking, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? Like, oh, I just want to get to know him better and bond. But you didn't even like the trip. The whole time, you wish that basically your son was there, essentially. You wanted your son to come with you on the trip. You know, things like that. But anyway, I've been in a tunnel of 90 Day Fiancé. Okay? I've been watching everything. And then after Rose, he goes after Liz. Anyway, so that's what I'm picking up here, love. I do feel like it is eventually going to happen. It's just going to take some time. You just got to work it out, maybe communicate a little bit differently, see what your person actually wants as well, you know, and try to create a good balance. Because right now he just doesn't want to feel forced to do it or trapped. You know, you want to give them that option. It's kind of like wanting somebody to live with you, but you don't want to force them. You don't want them to be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? You don't want to force them. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, we're going to move in on this day and that day. And it puts so much added pressure when they didn't even have, like, they don't, it's not like a real agreeable term yet. You know, like you guys haven't had that like soft conversation about it. Okay. Like that kind of energy. It's where you guys have like an equilibrium. It's not where you're just like throwing it on them. It's okay to be prepared and tell them your plans of being prepared for whatever you're wanting. Like, oh, I'm going to get this new apartment, but like whatever. Maybe they don't know you're planning on giving them a key. Maybe they don't know you're planning on giving them this. Or maybe they don't know you're planning on, you know, doing so and so. But, you know, sometimes it's about being in the moment and offering that person what you have been planning, like in the moment as well, which is what makes it like even more of a great thing. But I feel like it definitely is, you know, going to be taking place. But it also is going to have a little bit of like, you guys are going to be transitioning and moving within your relationship. But anyway, I'm going to close out on that. All right, Gabby, current feelings of Odalis Aries towards you. Wait, didn't P ask me a question that was like non-tarot question? Should I actually hope for him coming back to me? Because I have blocked him and I think I did good. Okay, so if you want him to come back to you, don't block him. Okay? Preferably, don't block him. All right? If you want to still keep communication. But at the same time, if the dedication is there, you probably just want him to, most of the time when girls block guys, they just want them to kind of put in a little bit more extra effort most of the time. So they want them to find a way to reach them, to show them how much that, you know, they're missed or they're cared for, they're yearned for. So whether this person has to email you or send you a fucking letter, bitch, we got a letter. We got a letter. What does it say? Okay? So, like, that kind of energy. Like, you want somebody to put in effort. I completely understand that, P. I hope you're still on here. But I feel really strongly like you're going to keep him blocked as a power move, but until you lay down your sword, there's going to be no real communication. It's almost like you blocked off the one way he's able to communicate with you. He doesn't know any other way to communicate with you. But you know, men are very creative. Men are very creative. They'll find a way. I'm telling you, when there is a will, there is a way. Somebody, Odalis, right? Odalis Aries, Gabby, let's get to it. Odalis Aries, and that's going to be the last one, guys, for the night. Hope you guys enjoy this live free session as well as paid reading session. Let's get into that. And also, Sigma, I'll get that delivered to you tonight, your channeled message, your mini channel message. So it'll be done, like, possibly within 30 minutes. Yeah, damn, how did you know that? Yeah, damn, how did you know that? I told you I'm a natural channeler. I don't know how clear. I'm a natural channeler, so I can have conversations with people. It's a Scorpio thing, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a Scorpio sun, but I'm a Scorpio rising, which is pretty fucking dominant. And then I have a Taurus moon that's exalted there, and an eighth house in Gemini. So I'm fucking crazy. But at the same time, okay, not really. It's like a controllable crazy. But how'd I know that? Is you'll tell me something and I'll tap in. Oh, I had no clue, to be honest. Yeah, because I haven't done a story time yet where I told everybody like my gifts, what I can do. So that I'll create a day where I do a story time where we'll just talk about shit and we'll just talk about my life. Other people, I didn't think anybody would be interested in that, but I'll do it. So I'll do it. But yeah, no, I'm a natural channeler, so I don't need cards. I do that. I use cards as a visual representation of everything. So you can just talk to me. Like that's why I don't accept phone calls. That's why I don't accept certain voice messages and stuff like that because I'll immediately tap in. Do you understand? And it bothers me because I can't just be like, oh well, I can't be like my dad. Okay, where it's like, oh well, that's your fucking problem. You know, like, oh well, you gotta figure it out. Oh, you gotta figure out a way to do it yourself. You're on the street. Well, you gotta figure out a way to get a house. You know, like I'm not that person, and I'm very grateful that I'm not because everything that I've been through has put me in the position to like where I'm like I would never do that to my kid, or I would never do that like no matter what, like that kind of energy. You know, it put me in a different stage, so it helped me. So even though it was abuse, it did help me. Okay, very strong mental and emotional abuse, but very strong. You know, being left like on the street by your dad and like everything taken away at you once, and it's just very abusive. Okay, it just is, and it's beyond discipline. It's just abusive, and I will stand by that. So I'm just not that type of person. So I'm just a natural channel. I have the ability to just tap in. Okay. True, my best friend is a Scorpio and senses a lot of stuff. Gabby, exactly, yeah. So, but I have a rising. It's a little different than a sun, Scorpio. But yeah, exactly. So like a lot of Scorpio, they sense a lot of stuff. Like you just talk to them. You just talk with them. You sit down, talk with them. That's why I used to love just hanging out with my brother. We just like meshed well. We just talked about everything. Like it's just very nice. Anyway, so let's get into your question about Dallas, Gabby. Thank you for the advice. Take care. I do need to think about this clearly. Exactly. And don't be so hard on yourself, P. Like, I'm serious. Don't be so hard on yourself. All right? All right, let's get into this. So, like 15, current feelings of Odalis, Aries towards you. I don't want to be a player no more. That's exactly what's going on. With the Seven of Swords energy in the reversal. Now you're also getting the Two of Pentacles energy in the reversal. This person has decided and made their fucking mind up. If they are, like, let's just say if they had you as a contender with like somebody else or whatever, they definitely did choose already, okay? And I do feel like this person maybe went through a very deep, like, dark night of the soul to, like, where maybe they had their heart broken or maybe they had a deep betrayal. Maybe they fucked up to, like, where they were like, damn, I got to sit and reflect about this. You know, maybe I should do things a little bit differently or something. Like, I don't know. I'm getting that kind of energy to, like, man, I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I shouldn't have did that, or if I wouldn't have done that, then she wouldn't have acted like this, or I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but it's almost like he's coming out of that. Okay. Hi guys, this is my last free question, okay? Definitely hit the notification bell, subscribe for more content, okay? I'm going to be live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So definitely hit the notification bell to know whenever I go live, or you can already just hop on my YouTube channel page, click live, and it'll show you all my upcoming live streams, and you can just hit like the wait button, the notification bell for that live stream, so you know when I go live tomorrow, so you can get a reminder, okay? But with the Four of Wands energy, this person definitely wants to be in a relationship with you with the Four of Wands energy coming forth in the upright. They want to feel connected with you too. They also want somebody to confide in emotionally. They don't want to feel so alone. And they have a hard time of opening up like immediately too. I don't know, I'm getting that energy. But that's what I'm getting up for you. I do feel like this person does have feelings for you. They feel really solidified. They don't want to keep this secret. They also don't want to be a player. Okay. I also do feel like with the Four of Wands energy and the upright. Hey guys, I'm done with 3 questions. Okay. I've been on here for like almost 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours, answering free and paid questions, and I'll be live again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Okay, U.S. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely hit the notification bell. The thing is that he is scared of opening up. Exactly. And I'm seeing that. And this is what I was talking about earlier before you wrote that. But yeah, so this person doesn't have like a really good way of being vulnerable, okay? I do feel like they're eventually going to do it, but they're more of an action speak louder than words type of person. I do feel like in the next like upcoming like 4 weeks, it could be during Taurus season where things are going to get a little bit more amplified between the both of you guys. So within the next month. But that's what I'm receiving for you guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. So I tried to move on and open up to being in a relationship with someone else, not him. So I tried to move on and open up to being in a relationship with someone else, not him. Think of that. You're welcome. What do you mean? I do know what you mean. Okay, so like because this person wasn't progressing, not wanting to create like a solidified union, just keeping you stagnant and all that, you're just like fuck it. I'm just gonna. I don't know why I just heard that song by Hippie Sabotage. You know that song? Fuck it, I don't need you. I can be just fine without you here. I said fuck it, I don't need you. I love that song. Hold on, let me see if I can play it real quick. I gotta write my mini child message soon too as well. I'll get that delivered to her before midnight. What is it? It's called Your Soul, right? I think that's what it's called. Give me 1 second. Give my volume up. I know it's not Odessa. I think it's Hippie Sabotage.
Looking for an easier way to get that L
Huh?
next to your business
I
name?
already have it.
Go to Taylor Brand.
Oh, here we go. No, this isn't it. Hold on. This might be it. Why do they keep this? Hold on. It's that somebody's doing their intro situation. This is it. What am I supposed to do? Absolutely never did. Both ways. So yeah. It's called Ridin' Solo, and it's by Hippie Sabotage. And that's what I was hearing for you in particular in regards to your situation. I hope that gave you some insight. But I'm going to call it a night. I can't believe I just did that in public. Anyway, bye, guys. I'll talk to you later, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Bye for now.